Hello, hello. I forgot to turn my um, audio interface on. As soon as I hit the button to switch over to the camera, I'm like, I didn't turn my audio on. So, yeah, it's funny because Malk said ASL, and I thought in my head American Sign Language, and that's what I would have had to do if I couldn't get this to work on the spot. So, yeah, ridiculous. I've done this. What is? I can't remember. You guys could probably see, but this is the 119th time, and I still forget stuff. But let's see. What's up, Pudgy? What's up, Dimitri? I think I saw you chatting, Dimitri, on Terry B's Twitch stream today. I was working around the studio, so I just had it on the TV and the chat on the TV, but I never chimed in. I was just watching in the background, and then Twitch Twitch crashed for me, and I couldn't reconnect. So I missed like an hour of the stream after he was riding with the cowboy dude. But what's up, Disco? Malk, as I said. Chris, how's it going? Rick, what's up? Miss, I think you meant Miss AOL chat rooms. I grew up with AOL chat rooms for sure. Getting kicked out of AOL for using all those programs that could break you into chat rooms and stuff like that. What's up, other Chris? Michael? Farley, Dylan, traveling through. Muskrat, JMZ. I definitely meant American Sign Language. Rick, you said you had trouble signing up for Twitch. It's a pain.
Large Image super chatted $2, setting the bar high for Malk, banana, 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 banana.
Oh, man. Yeah, Twitch's security. Thanks, Lars. I had been signed out of Twitch because I hadn't turned it on the TV a while because I haven't caught a Terry stream. That's pretty much all I watch on there. Besides, once in a while, well, he hasn't been streaming either. Why is it failing me? My friend who drew the logo for the channel, and my brain is going totally blank. But Pixel Wolf, yeah, he hasn't been streaming either. So I was logged out, and Twitch has like the most security. Like they have more security to get on Twitch than my bank has to like take out a loan. I swear to God.
JMZ 555 super chatted $2.
JMZ, were you not here last time when they gave the super chat tutorial that you have to type in your message first if you're trying to put a message in? But thanks regardless. But yeah, like I was saying, yeah, Twitch is, yeah, it was a pain. I had to scan a barcode, go on my phone, like get a verification code. Yeah, it's a pain. What's up, Raymond? What's up, Al? How's it going? Oh, Raymond, your father almost killed you for a $600 phone bill for AOL. My parents used to get mad because we would turn on the call waiting feature, which meant that calls couldn't break through when we still had dial up before Time Warner put in Roadrunner around here. So we would like we they'd be like, we didn't get phone calls all night, and it would be because we just had blocked the calls from coming through, which with call waiting you were able to do back then. If anyone remembers that. Oh, JMZ does know how to do it. That's right. Hey, what's up, Andrew? How's it going? I only got out for a short ride today. I think someone, when we go to the bike picks, mentioned how windy it was in Columbus. The whole state was super windy of Ohio today. Just absolutely like brutally windy. I only rode down to the post office, so I got like 4 miles. Anyone who ordered anything before 3 o'clock, it's already out. Even if you're local, I shipped them all. I've been doing I think I told you guys the other photographer in the studio retired, so I started to go through stuff and rearrange the space upstairs in the studio, and I found some cool stuff, some uh, like letterhead stuff from the other photographer that used to own the building. So I just decided to send everybody stuff. And last night, me and Large Marge were exploring in Funny Brad and Otis from Dirty River, an old abandoned rubber factory, and I found some cool stamps. So I was stamping everyone's envelopes with these stamps and stuff like that. So I'm like, hey, even if everyone's local, it's like it was fun to just send out some cool stuff. So Yeah, there's a couple more orders came in, so thanks for that this evening, and those will go out tomorrow. But hey, what's up, Garth? Kent guy? Nice. Al has a tornado warning in Virginia. Oh, Rick said windy here too, got but 65. Yeah, today started out warm, and then that front came through with the wind, and it rained off and on. Never too bad. Like I was able to like go to the post office between like little showers, but yeah, the temperature didn't plunge for Ohio. It could plunge from 60 to 20, but it dropped. It got down to it was 50s when I rode. I think it got into the 40s now. So, and I think it's 40s all weekend. So, oh, Mark, I hate that when you're like going downhill and you don't even get the advantage. You have to pedal into a downhill in the wind. Today, when I went to the post office, I could tell it was windy, but it was one of those when I turned around and the wind was direct on headwind. And I had thought of like extending the route to make it like a 10-mile ride. And I had a lot to do. And I was just like, I'm not dealing with this wind. We rode over 30 miles last night. And even though we stopped for beers and food, we were riding pretty fast. So it felt like just like nice recovery ride just to get a few little miles soft pedaling today. So oh, you got a leaky bus roof traveling through. I hope it didn't do any damage to what you've done in the bus. If you guys don't know, if you don't follow Traveling Through, one, click on his name and go subscribe to his channel. But he has converted a old school bus into what do you call it, like a van life camper like type situation with a stove and everything. It's really rad. So I'm trying to think. The wind must have died down last night because when we were riding, I never thought about it, and we were riding fast. But it was windy yesterday during the day, so by the time we rode, it must have been better. It was a nice evening. It was almost 70, I think, last night when we left, and I think I wore jeans and a t-shirt, and I think I threw a hoodie on for the way back. But yeah, we sat outside and had some beers. It was cold in that old factory we were exploring. You know how it was just kind of holding all that dampness and coldness from the way it's been. I actually feel like a little not stuffy today, but like scratchy, like a little bit of cough, and I've been sneezing, and I'm wondering if it's from all those probably a combination of weird chemicals and hanging out in the damp and dark abandoned factory. It was a little rubber company. It's amazing because they were still using part of the building just a few years ago, and how quick stuff just goes downhill. I mean, of course they haven't locked it up, so people have trashed it, but I mean, it just you're in there and you're like, how was it, you feel like you're walking through something that hasn't been touched since the '60s, not in like 3 years, but the factory part you could tell hasn't really been running for a long, long time. But Rick, language. Chris pushed 35 miles into 40 mile per hour gusts last Friday. I just want to be part of something. Traveling through said some random leaks popped up. It was literally dripping on your computer when you got back. Ah, I hope the computer was closed and okay. Large said it's the asbestos. So, oh, that's right, Garth. I I forgot. Yeah, because as anyone will tell you, I am the worst name person in the world. I've that yeah, we did chat on just regular comments on a YouTube video, right? You were talking about how you recognize the trails and all that. I remember now, but it took me a minute. Al asked if I ride different size modern road bike versus a retro. Um, I guess I only have one modern road bike, which is I only use on the trainer now, which is a 2007 Trek 1500. That is a little smaller. I don't know if I would have made that decision though. It was Otis's brother's, and it was a, a good price, and I also wanted the group set off of it. So I guess if I was going to buy a new road bike, I think I think I might go a tiny bit smaller. Whereas like a lot of my vintage road bikes are 60. I could see getting a road bike if it was modern at a 58. But yeah, not something I have to think about. I don't think I'll buy a modern road bike. I'm happy with the vintage ones. Like I said, I have a that Schwinn built up with some carbon bits, so it's light enough for me. And it has Dura-Ace, old 9-speed Dura-Ace, but decent group set. I don't really care about the electronic stuff. So, and I guess too with like what modern size you have to go with the like equivalency stuff because the top tubes are all sloped now and stuff like that. But yeah, most of my bikes are between uh, 60 and 58 is most of them, and there's a couple smaller ones in there I've bought and done other things with, but I definitely like my vintage road bikes to be large. Plus, you get the big triangle too. So like when I use my Trek 500, the 1983 Trek 500 for touring, it's nice to have that giant triangle. And my gravel bike, which I ride like a road bike half the time, anyways, I'm guessing is a 60 also. Um, it's a big bike for sure, and it's got a fairly long wheelbase, so it's a really big bike. Yeah, then Chris also said top tube length, and that's different from brands to brands. How you know you could adjust height with your saddle. But yeah, top tube length. I mean, you could change the stem and stuff like that, but then you come into handling issues, I guess. So it just depends. Hey, what's up, Joe Ellis? Gar said there's a city called Asbestos, and that's where they mined it. I had no idea. Do they still mine it, with knowing that it causes cancer? I mean, Chris said he rides 20-inch vintage mountain bike and 56, 58 cross bike. Yeah, mountain bikes are definitely like if I measure my two old mountain bikes, my 2001 Trek and Marin that's sitting right here, they're definitely like way more exposed seat tube, and I bump up the stem compared to like the way road and cross bikes are. But Rick said he went on the Pathless Pedal coffee chat on Discord earlier. Russ didn't say much about the 2 by video. I'm surprised. Like I was even saying on Tuesday, like even Terry B brought that up. So, hey, what's up, Sean Welch? Oh, Garth, you said Terry B is where you remember me from. You were thinking it was Dustin or Russ, but it was Terry. Yeah, I met so many people through Terry as I've mentioned a bunch of times, just because he was doing all the live streaming during the pandemic and we were chatting with each other, and also how I mentioned he was playing everyone's YouTube videos, so you would subscribe to each other's channels, then find him on Instagram, and yeah, just met. There's people like Dimitri, I still talk to through there, and I think Dylan said that's where he found my channel as well. Terry just happened to be playing on his Members Monday one of my videos. So, hey, what's up, Zach? Zach said the Marin looks like a good bike for Bentonville. So Zach has recently moved from here in Akron, Akron area, greater Akron area, down to Bentonville. Following your Instagram story, Zach, it already looks awesome. You just had you could stop really rubbing it in our faces though. We could see from the stories without your commentary about like how miserable we are up here, especially when the snow was on the ground still. But yeah, party size. What's up, by the way? I did change the scene. The chat is not on the side anymore. I just realized that every single app that YouTube makes, you can overlay the chat with. Like when I realized I could do it with my Fire TV, you could do it with your phone. So yeah, just look for the option to overlay the chat because I figured might as well have the screen real estate instead of like people who are watching on the phone. Then the chat is showing up double. So, and it also plays in playback. So for people who watch the streams after the fact, like you can still I have it set so you could still watch the chat popped up. So I do want to get. We will have to get down there and visit you, Zach, and definitely I think the Marin would be perfect because I got the Panaracer. How wide are these? 2.2.1s on it, so this would be a great bike for all the different terrain you got. I've seen you post down there. Al said he found a 1984 Trek 760 on Craigslist in fair shape, but the guy is asking 500. Hmm. If everything is working, you said fair shape. If everything works well, that's not crazy. What did I pay for my 500? I paid like 250 or $300, and I paid $300, and I felt like I was overpaying, but I just wanted it, so it was in. But the frame on that is in perfect shape. I took off all the components except the brake calipers and the stem, so I was really in the seat post, I guess. But I didn't know I was going to do that when I bought it either. Oh, Zach, you said you were just amped up. I'm just giving you shit. Hey, what's up, Rusty? When I shave, there's the graphics appear with my beard. Chris said that's an expensive Trek. He hates it when people tune up the bikes before selling, give it to him cheap. Yeah, like I'd say, if the housings and the cables and the tires are new, right there you're already at a couple $100, right? That they have to recoup. So that's how it kind of goes. But yeah, I agree with Chris. I would rather do that stuff myself and not pay for it for someone else's choices. But yeah. Yeah, Zach is a cannabis cyclist and aging hipster sometimes in some social medias. Oh, Zach said the 27.5 Lauf wrecks all the greens and blues here, even some of the drops. Oh, you have a dropper on it now. Nice. Awesome. 760, is that the one you have? Is that the one Disco has? Or had? He sold it. That's the touring one with the long chain stays? Because that would be a really cool bike. And I think it's a Reynolds 531 frame as well, isn't it? So 500 is expensive, but if you were going to ride it as is, that's not, like I said, that's not crazy for a, you know, those frames are as nice as anything anyone's making now, and especially if it's a touring bike and it has the clearance, so you could do a lot with it. Zach changed his name to back to aging hipster. I'm a pothead, but want to present myself as less pothead. Yeah, Bentonville, Rusty. That's where he is. Oh, Disco, yours was a 728. That's right. Yeah, let's look up. I don't know what the seven. I need to look up the 760 then, because my knowledge was coming from thinking it was the one that Disco had. Also, I need to pull up everyone's beer picks and bike picks. Already have a good chat going, and I'm. Uh, do you know what year it was? Because it looks like they've sold this bike for a long time, and it's a bunch of different ones. Um, it's a multi-track 1 year, which is more one of their like hybrids. At 95, it's a multi-track. Oh, I don't have this up on the screen. Oh, this guy wants $1,000 for it. This guy's smoking crack. I haven't said that in a while, but I mean, this is not an $1,100 bike. This is a bike I would totally. Oh, it even has rack mounts. I mean, it's cool, but 1,100? No, no freaking way. Oh, can you guys see that? I'm looking at the screen. I didn't realize I didn't. It's showing up really big on there for some reason. Oh, probably have this set for Discord. Let me. Man, I had a Trek multi-track like this that didn't cost that much new. All right, let's see. Let's see where I'm at. What is the group set? Is it that nice? You said it had campy components. There's this one. I doubt this has campy on it. Were these that nice? Am I wrong? Am I off base? This one's got rust on it. $1,100 for a rusty rear hub. It's, sidetracked as always. Let's see. Where are we? Oh, I was saying it's not fixed up at all, but it does have some old campy components. Disco is literally practicing bagpipes. Nice. Zach said, dude thinks he's got an Olay Sprint. Yeah. Was there a smashed bottle cage on there? Yeah, there is a smashed bottle cage on there. I didn't even notice that part. I was trying to think if I was losing my mind that this bike was that nice. Is that derailleur cable wound from the top? That's crazy. Rust is extra, Dimitri. That thing's a turd. Oh, I was sorry, I didn't have it up there. I was looking. I didn't notice the smashed bottle cage. That's what I was just talking about. Hey, what up, William LeBron? Do I have something against rusty rears? Patina says, Snack said, Zach said Patina. 1984. Oh, Trek 7. Oh, yeah. I clicked on the wrong thing. I'm still glad I did because it's a ridiculous listing. But yeah. See what this blog's about. Okay, now, yeah, now we're, this is something a little different. Yeah. Let's see. So this originally came with Suntour Superb Pro, which were, those were nice components back then. It says click on photos to see enlargement, but they're not clickable. Oh, there we go. Oh yeah, Reynolds 531C. This is a much, yeah, this is a cool bike. Even the Forca is Reynolds. I could see someone getting 500 for one of these, depending on what it had on it. Did I not have that up there? Did I have that up there or no? Shoot. Did I have this on screen when I was scrolling through it? Oh yeah, Disco's commenting on it. Yeah. Those are weird bars. Super deep drops. I would definitely lean them back a little bit. Dylan said if only people knew the hybrids they bought 20 years ago are beating inflation. Yeah, that three-spoke crank is. Was there a close-up of that? What is that crank? That's not anything I've seen. Like usually those are when you see those ones, they're usually like garbage cotter cranks, but this one isn't. The one main photo here doesn't. You can't go in closer on it. Yeah, let me know if you guys know what that crank is. That is not something I've ever seen. Does he say up at the top? The bike currently sports Campy Nouveau Record Grand Sport drivetrain. Was that a Campy crank? It doesn't look like it. Yeah, it had the Campy quick release for sure. It was on screen, you pine cone. Imagine that crank with spin wheels. Yeah, you're right, Dylan. Should I? I'd have to paint it black, I think. Did I miss a mall comment? Pink drinks. No, it says that. Oh, I don't. Try plussing left and right. I don't think it has. No, those are full size. They're just thumbnails that are, you know. Let's see. Let me get. Nah, I can't tell. I wonder what the clearance on that is. Is that full on road bike? Is 760 full on road bike, or could you get some wider tires in there? Hard to say from that photo. Nah, it doesn't look like you get very wide tires in there. Enter Mick Jagger. I thought that when I said that as well, Rusty, but let's see. I also, yeah, let's jump over to pics from here first. How did that get all the way up there? Let's see. Wrong one. Malk sipping on the Grove City Black Lager. Like I mentioned before, I think me and Aaron and Ben had lunch at Grove City on our way back from Ohio to Erie the first year we did it with a waitress who didn't know anything about beer and brought large the wrong beer. Disco has another urban artifact, this time the orange fruit tart, the pinwheel. Large is drinking a cucumber mule. Cucumber. Oh my God. Cucumber. We were out late last night. We started exploring that factory, and I don't think I got to bed till after 1 o'clock. And then I still got up at like 8 today. But cucumber mule. Cocktail inspired goza. Muskrat has the Insane Wanderer. I think I was drinking that last week on the stream. It's a good beer. I have a Columbus IPA too myself. What's Rusty got here? This looks crazy. Slush High Nation? Is that 50 west? I can't, or 50 north? I can't tell what that. You got the glare on there. Looks like some kind of fruit beer uh, with some kind of puree, like a strawberry puree or raspberry puree in there. Oh, Raymond said last stout of the year, barrel aged narwhal by Sierra Nevada. Nice. Usually pop those on at the beginning. Felt like I had to jump over there for that. Oh, Garth, you didn't know that Paul was in. What Paul was where you lived? Nice. Hey, what's up, Jacob? He said he swears he was watching this last night. This week is flying by. I was kind of waiting for today, so I think the week kind of went a little slow for me. Just like I said, I'm excited to do the stuff I wanted to do in the studio, but or get a start on it. But I was waiting until the other person was gone. I didn't want to be like, you know, I didn't want her to come in and I'm already like adjusting everything. I wanted to make sure she wasn't coming back. But Malk said he ordered some brakes from Paul at the beginning of March, but there's been no word on lead time, just a generic disclaimer. I really want to upgrade the Raleigh to clampers at some point. I just keep holding out and doing other things because, like I said, or like Yonda was saying, my TRPs or my spires are just worn out and they have to be constantly adjusted. So I think, and I'm one of those people who've become over time, like it's worth spending money on good stuff that lasts. Like Russ from Pathless Pedal says, your clampers are going to could outlast the bike you put them on. And I think it's worth it. It's just still like even the guy, well, even Paul himself said he was like, it hurts up front, but you get your money's worth in the long run. And I think he's right. And Dylan said he tries to get as much Paul on his bikes as possible because they seem like they have great intentions. Yeah. Were you guys when you watch the Path Less Pedaled video, like are you guys sometimes amazed by how small places are? Like when I was watching like the Paul tour or like even the Rivendell. I mean, I know they don't make their Rivendell. I know they don't make the bikes there at the Rivendell headquarters, but still how small that was and how small even like where Paul was actually manufacturing from just, the blocks of or what were the bars of metal, from out in the yard where the bars come in to like they're going like full process doing everything themselves. And it's amazing sometimes. You think of a lot of places like Paul it must be huge and it's like it's really not. But which is also adds to the expense that they're not doing it on a much larger scale. But Dylan says he always orders Paul on eBay because it's always in stock. Dirty River, correct me if I'm wrong, Large, but I think they have clampers in stock at Dirty River. So here in Akron. Oh, Rick was saying Funky Brad, Funny Brad had some cool night pics on Instagram. Yeah. I shot some video last night. Obviously, GoPros aren't great in a dark factory, but I shot video of our ride out. We went out to Portage Lakes area. Um, and then on our way back, we stopped at that factory, had a bottle of Bob Darrow's homemade wine in the factory. So I don't know if I have to look through it. I haven't had the time today. I was working all day and then I started wanting to mess with the studio, but I'll see. There might be a full video out of it. If not, maybe I'll just make a members video. So Paul makes small parts though. True. They do make small parts. Yeah. Oh, Large said they sold the clampers that were there. So Speaking of, you guys were talking about Rays and a couple other things and meeting up. I was gonna see, and I'm not sure exactly. Uh, um, laughing at Rick's comment, which I'll get back to in a second here. But a week from this weekend, if any of the Columbus guys would be interested in meeting up for a ride down there, I don't. Obviously it's April, so it'll be April, so it'll depend on the weather. But when I was talking to Erin tonight, I was asking her if she'd be interested in going to Columbus, and she said there's a couple places she wants to check out, which I'm sure are food places. Uh, so if anyone, and I haven't decided the day, like Saturday, Sunday, maybe a day trip, maybe an overnighter. I need to hit up Columbus Brad too because I'd like to see him. Um, but yeah, I'll put it in the Discord, and if anyone's interested, maybe try and work out a meetup. Dylan, Disco, Pudgy, obviously. Anyone else down that way? I'd love to get another ride in and get to hang out with everyone. It's been forever, so that's what I'm looking at too, and that's why I hadn't messaged you back yet, Pudgy, because Pudgy was asking about getting some more stickers, and I also have his hub here. So I was just thinking I'll bring it down if I go. So yeah, and some of these, the clear grab stickers. No, not going to focus. Well, they look like that. You can see the colors. Rick just said, drinking homemade wine in an abandoned factory. Do you hear yourself? You know we do, Rick. Oh, Disco, you said you could host in some capacity for an overnight. Nice. I'll hit up like I said, my friend Brad, he's a high school friend, and if he's I haven't yet. I haven't even messaged him. I just called Erin and talked to her about it today. Obviously, stay with him if he's able to do it. But he has his kids every other weekend, and I'm not sure how this is going to line up. I usually try and give him more notice, but I just looked and realized I don't have anything that I have to do that weekend. I don't have any photo shoots, so I figured, and then after April, I have trips planned and a lot of photo shoots over the weekend. So I figured it'd be a good time to get down to Columbus. But not in focus, but clear. Nice muskrat. I see what you did there. Uh, Dylan said, "Hit him up. Let's roll." Yeah, I did send your stickers, Disco. Like I was saying before, I got in the groove of mailing stuff out today, and I was like having fun doing the packaging. And I don't know. I hope you guys think it's cool when you get it. It's worth it. And for stickers, it's only a stamp. So weed's not legal in Ohio technically, but it basically is because we have medical marijuana, and I've never tried to get a card, but from what everyone says, it's very easy to get a subscription, and then Snacks would probably know the best. Zach would if he's still in here, but um, I think it's pretty simple to get it. So you could still, if you don't have a card, you could still get busted, but I think it's even becoming, I don't know. I don't smoke pot anymore, like almost ever, so I wouldn't know. But I think it's like not legal, but unless they're trying to get you for something else, you're probably not going to get in trouble. You know. Rick, your weather app just lit up like a pinball machine. What do you guys have coming? Disco says he could offer advice on the med card. Yeah. From anyone who's told me about it, they've said it's just no problem. But and with everyone using vape pens and stuff like that now too, it's just like I don't know. It just doesn't even feel like it. Definitely doesn't feel like it did when I was uh, in my late teens, where it was like you had to be very, very careful. But I'm the worst person to ask about that. 9:40. Oh yeah, I was gonna jump over to bike picks too. Can't remember where we left off last time. Like I said, I was going through the bike picks, and then we just started Well, what were you guys doing? You were trashing Surly Canards, and I think that's where we went off on the chat last time. Freestyling is you guys were all going to get together and burn your Surly Nard tires. Smoking ones and zeros, yeah, party size. It- is that from something, or did you just come up with that? Muskrat, you're so stoked about stickers lately. Nice. Oh yeah, it. Sean, it's funny because when I watch people like in New York, even watching Terry's Twitch stream today, two of the dudes just started smoking a joint. Or when I watch Decline and I realize no one's like cautious about it, I'm like, you're crazy. And I'm like remembering from when I was a kid, but it's like, oh no, it's legal, it's normal, it's not like a thing. But Decline's in Portland, right? Yeah. So Rick said, in Philly you could buy weed off priests. We're that tough. Oh, you so you invented that party size. Nice. Is medical use covered by insurance? I have no idea. Yeah, someone else would have to answer that. Yeah, and I think that's the other thing. In cities, you don't have to worry about it. In Athens, Ohio, from what I've read, and this is from like 10 years ago, before anything was legal in Ohio, um, the cops stopped busting people from weed because they could never seat a jury that would convict you because no one cared because that's a more liberal town. That's what I always heard. So, but so I think that kind of same thing is going on now. So priest tilt saddles down to avoid temptation. You didn't know Rick was ordained? Yeah, Rick's a tilter upper. He's a happy saddle guy. Well, that's right too. When I went to my buddy Eric's wedding in Boston, he had bought weed for my friend who was coming from Ohio, my other friend who was coming from Ohio, so he'd have it when he got there. And I was like, "Where'd you get weed?" He was like, "At the store." And I'm like, "Oh yeah." Like it's yeah, so foreign to me that it's like that now. So, Breeze just rode the post. Are you allowed to put stickers on ribs? I think you have to put real small clearback stickers on ribs, probably. Like you have to go with like the down tube location or something. Only classy stickers on ribs, right? Right in those 31.6 posts. And Garth was saying the cops basically smoke pot and smoke weed in Cali. Yeah, some of the bike pics from the last couple days. I was looking at this is Barron's Bianchi. That's a cool photo, great, like with the sunset. It's got to be 90s, right? That's running a triple right there. Oh yeah, this machine kills fashionista sticker. Oh, Malk, you put your stickers on top of ride wrap. Nice. I'm hit or miss. It depends on the bike. This is Gary. Oh, this is Gary's other bike, his Mozzie. Because I think he posted. We should looked at his pictures of the Fuji last week or on Tuesday. I crushed L fudge cookies on your into your ice cream. We'll definitely do that again. What does that mean? Is that like weed cookies? Gary's other picture. Well, Gary's in Texas, right? Am I wait, is Gary in Texas? I think he is. Because he's always got the nice weather all winter long. Oh, then Dylan said green, baby. Yeah, I noticed last night when we stopped at the bridge, our beer bridge, where we always at that old abandoned train bridge, we always have beers at. I noticed there were some green buds on all the little bushes around there, and I was like, yes, it's coming. Like the green is coming. Like I cannot wait. This is like the ugliest time in Ohio. It's usually gray, and there's no leaves on the trees. So, and even though I'm over the snow right now, it still looks prettier with snow than it does with nothing. And one of Malk. Here we have one of Malk's many, many surlies. Oh, Keebler sandwich cookies. Gotcha. In the tree with the pine cones. Oh, Gary, there you are. What's up? Yeah, Texas. I was right. I said my mind is going blank on me tonight. Tejas. I need to shrink myself. I'm blocking the bike pics here. Oh, maybe I'll go. Oh, is this in the chat for you guys, right? Didn't you guys tell me like early on in the stream not to put it on that side? Oh, what are those blue gravel kings? Or purple gravel kings? No, what are those? Oh, they are. Yeah, those look sweet on that bike. Oh, and you have clampers on there, huh? Are those clampers? Let's see, there's a couple more photos. Oh, these are the are these the crazy bars on this one? My mind's going blank tonight. Finishes 14 beer. The problem is the beers we had on Tuesday, and then drinking homemade wine in an abandoned factory last night. So this is only my first beer. It's from the other beers. This one's bringing me back to life, I think. So, Purple Oracle. Hey, what's up, Dogecoin? Oh, your chat is over me right now. So am I better off on the other side? Whoops, that was the bike pics. Maybe I should do it like this way. Oh, Avid plus Crazy Bar. Malocos. All right, yeah. Malocos. You're right. You guys are right. Well, obviously. Oh, that's right. In the chat here, we were talking about the other stuff on his other bike. That's where I got it from. Oh, yeah. Then Doge, he was talking about what he had ordered. He got his parts in. What'd you say? This was Advent X, right? But with the SRAM cassette, I believe. Wait, this is a big photo. I like it. Hard to zoom around, though. Oh, yeah. There's the micro shift rear derailleur. Tim's screen moves show up on Strava. Oh, Michael just got some Malocos. Malocos. I cannot talk. No, that makes sense, Sean. You're right. If I was watching on my Fire TV, the chat would be on that side of the screen. I'm trying to remember what it looks like on a phone, though, because I usually pull up the chat separately when I'm on a phone. Oh, that's what Disco said. Beautiful riding, regardless of the wind. Yeah, the bear claw. Let's see this in full screen glory. Oh, excuse me. Rick, you thought the Molokos flexed too much, huh? Hey, Emilio. Hey, what's up? We are sharing photos here. Did someone already drop it? Oh, yeah, Pudgy already dropped it. It's just like Discord's like a message board. It was started for gamers, but now uh, you could use it for stuff like this, which makes total sense. Let's see if I can move this. There we go. Yeah, that chain ring's sweet, right, Sean? Yeah. Oh, Doge, he said on his bike, he's putting it with the SRAM GX Eagle. Yeah. Rusty, I just cracked my second beer and can curse in 10 minutes. Oh, Rick, you were saying, did I add that? So you feel flex in the Moloko bars, huh? This is Disco's Bear Claw. Yeah. Oh, we got another drink pick or just a. Oh, what's Rusty's second one? What is this? It's well, it's obviously Tom from Tom and Jerry, but what's the beer? Traveling through said one buy is the shiz. Two buy for life over here. I love that Pathless Pedal posted that two buys coming back around. It's funny because I go the other way that Russ is going though. I like two buy to keep the road gearing on my gravel bike, but I did go with like the Vel Orange cranks he's putting, I believe, on Russ on Pathless Pedal are the ones that I have on the Marin build because, like I said, I have enough bikes with tough gears. I might as well build one up with some easier gears. But yeah, two by Shimano. I'm like, I know I'm such the odd man out with that. Besides, well, Pudgy's one by Shimano, but yeah, everybody is one by SRAM these days, and I still love running two by Shimano. And actually, like vintage Shimano group sets, not vintage, but older, like 9-speed Shimano group sets and stuff. So, yeah, and Disco, I'll have to see. Lanky hasn't chimed back in on that group set, that 11 speed you have. Uh, I'll see. I'll give him a little while because if he really wants to upgrade his Le Mans and he's going to use it right away, I'd rather Lanky buy it. But if not, I would definitely be interested, and I might even put it on the Marin, go with the 11 speed over the 9 speed. So I think I might. I don't know if I could because I don't know if the spin wheels would take 11 speed. So maybe when I get wheels built up down the road. But yeah, anyways. The only Rick said the only bear claw he wants is at Dunkin' Donuts. Oh, Rusty that said that beer was a one-time triple IPA from yeah, from Tripping Animals. I've had some of their beers. They're really good. Yeah. Farley's got a felt. Oh yeah, that's right, Farley. His is 2 by GRX. I think I was looking at GRX for the rally when I was switching from 9 speed. Then our buddy Hugh, you remember the chemist at Bridgestone, he was switching to SRAM on because he has SRAM on all his other bikes, and he sold me 11 speed 105 group set, so I got a good deal on it. But yeah, I was looking at GRX before that, and I think like if I was building a bike up with like however I wanted with no money limitations, GRX is what I'd probably go with. Chris runs 2 by. Nice. Tim is such a drivetrain hipster. I'm not a hipster. I was ahead of the curve. I've been running 2 by, you know. You guys just all feel bad because you're all like, oh, I'm running this 1 by stuff and it's not cool anymore. Just kidding. Just kidding. Always ride whatever you want. Like I mean seriously, ride whatever you like. Disco said he might be getting a 2 by 12 access road set soon. Nice. Now, and SRAM's fine. I prefer Shimano. I like the way the levers work. But when I borrowed Otis's Salsa War Road with 1 by SRAM, and by the end of the week I had it. I mean, by the end of the first ride, I mean it works fine. I don't like the double press. I don't like when you don't know if you're in the hardest gear. There's little like nuances, but if I had a SRAM group set or bought a bike with, I'd be totally fine on it. I would. I if I'm going to buy a group set, like I'm not getting a deal, I'm just spending my money, I'm going with Shimano. But like if someone was selling a used bike that had SRAM and it like totally fit my needs, I wouldn't turn it down because it had SRAM. So I'm not that much of a like stickler about the Shimano stuff, and even the 2 by stuff. It's just if I'm building a bike and I'm buying like a building up this Marin, I'm buying the components, I'm getting 2 by. If this had a group set that I was going to keep using on it, I just bought this frame, but and it happened to be a 1 by, it wouldn't have ruined my life either. So yeah, Rick said SRAM versus Shimano, Timex versus Rolex. I think yeah, it's the same. Nikon, Canon. Well, now it's Canon and Sony, but yeah, PC, Mac. I mean, use what you're comfortable with. I can't stand Macs. I didn't grow up with Macs. I don't like them. The only thing I use by them is my iPhone and this my lower monitor here to see what's going on. But their operating systems drive me mad. But it's because I didn't use them, and that's the same thing with Shimano. I've just always had Shimano, and it's what's natural to me. But I'd be fine. You know, I could learn it. Hey, what's up, Snap Theron? Good evening. And I've also heard if you go electronic, people prefer electronic SRAM. Um, a lot of the stuff it seems like you hear is SRAM for off-road and gravel bikes, Shimano for road bikes, and just a general wisdom. It doesn't mean anything. The Pro Peloton is still pretty split between the two, but that is the other thing. Wireless, you get that huge advantage of having full wireless if you go SRAM electronic. I don't have electronic money. I don't run 11 speed Dura-Ace or 11 speed Ultegra or high end SRAM anything. So, and most of my bikes have a mix of vintage and modern components. But yeah, like I said, I'm not truly a Nazi about that stuff. I do think SRAM's rear derailleurs are ugly as sin, but that wouldn't stop me from running one. Those giant boxes, but Rusty said Cassie just rode Shimano 2 by 9. Only has a low gear of 3434. Big gear is 4611. Well, Shimano 2 by 9 is a road group set from like at the newest what 15 years ago. So yeah, 34 is the easiest gear on my gravel bike too. That works for me. That's 11 speed now, but I had it built up with 9 speed before that. 34 I rode Black Fork with, and I didn't put a foot down except on the one gnarliest hill where the people who won the race put a foot down. So, but yeah, that's just opinion. I mean, it just depends on what you're doing. I have the Marin right now I'm building up with 2x9 Ultegra, but I have those smaller Velo Orange rings in the front. So it's not a full Shimano group set. So what is the small rings of 24? So I'll be able to go 24, 34, I guess theoretically, depending on the derailleur's a road derailleur and it's medium cage, so it probably wouldn't hit a 34, but you could make it work. You know, you could get a definitely like we were talking about. I'll need to get a Pudgy said it last time because I forgot last time too, but the little thing that drops your derailleur down. And that's what I did when I was running 9-speed 105 on my gravel bike. I just put one of those little adapters. It drops the derailleur down a bit and it was no problem. I just like the way the double lever shifts and the ergonomics, and that the derailleurs aren't super ugly, especially on 2x9. The chain rings on 2x9 Shimano and the rear derailleur are beautiful. They're like still look like works of art. Whereas, I mean, I don't think modern Shimano looks that great either, but it looks better than SRAM does. So, and that's just a fact. And Disco, like we were saying, he said his Bear Claw is wireless, but he does appreciate mechanical. I know that stuff's nice. It's just it's outside of my budget, and I don't want to worry about. Your mom seems to shift under load. Oh, that was a comment on Rick's. To be fair, my SRAM seems to shift better under load. I don't. You're not supposed to shift under load. I know they say with modern electronic groups that you can. Like, you let off the gas when you shift your bike. That's just part of it. That's part of preserving all the components. I don't know. I also, was into vintage bikes forever, still am. And you ain't going to try and friction shift on a down tube under a heavy load. So, but you anticipate shifts, If you're climbing a hill and it's about to get steeper and you're going to run out of steam, you shift before. But whatever. Campy has a gravel group set. It's called Ektar. Yeah. Roadlink, Pudgy. Thank you. I can't imagine how much Ektar, not Ektar. Ektar is a Kodak. Kodak, the camera film company product. Ektar, yeah. Have I seen the SRAM Red ETEP crank set? I don't like anybody's modern crank sets. I do like that you could still get the lower level Shimano. I think from 105 down. I don't even think they make Ultegra in silver anymore. I like that you could still get them in silver, or like a brushed. It has like a brushed aluminum look actually, but I don't like the four. And they all make them that way. Shimano, SRAM, Campy. I don't like the 4-arm group sets. I understand they're for weight and strength, and I get why they make them that way and why chain rings shaped have changed. But I don't know. That's why I went Velo Orange on this bike. I could show a picture of it in a minute instead of just pointing at it and making everyone imagine. But it has a cool vintage look, and I don't know. When it comes to chain rings, I think they still.
Mulk Huggin super chatted $2. SRAM nard.
I'm surprised he didn't pronounce the K's in that, I thought it was going to be canard. Sleepy Howler, what's up? He said ectoplasm. Well, of course I have shifted under load, Rick, and I always feel bad every time I'm like and hear myself grinding through the gears. But yeah, you try not to. I mean, one of the reasons I went to Brifters is how we started riding off road more and more, and that's like even building the Trek with Brifters and then getting a gravel bike and all that. Because on the road, I have no problem with friction down tube, but yeah, being able to shift quick and anticipate stuff makes a big difference. Oh, they don't even make Ultegra mechanical anymore. I didn't realize that with the new update. But the 12, so the 12 speed is only electronic Di2, huh? I probably watched all of those real salesy adsies videos GCN made when they that stuff first came out, but kind of forgot that. Malk's super chat is all grown up. Drop the mechanical exactly what I just. Yeah, that's I got you. Okay, cool guys. I see a bunch of you that we were talking to jumped into the Discord. So yeah, as you'll see, it's just like a message board on the left. Here, let me. Yeah, these are just like these are the rooms, and so there's bike picks. Go over to bike picks and drop your bike picks, and everything is pretty self-explanatory. Just chatting is just a general chat, and it's because of the way the guy says it on this channel. But yeah, drink picks, share vids. If you make vids, share them. But if you find something interesting, share it. You know. So yeah, all the stuff makes sense. So, and we get off topic on every single one of these threads either. So it's not like we run a real tight ship over there. So. Pudgy saying Tim acting like he's gonna have a modern group set before it's 10 years old. I think my iteration is just the last generation of 105. So I was also. It's interesting because speaking of 105, so as most of you guys, I told, if you don't know, I'm fine. I got hit by a car, didn't even fall down, but the car's wheel actually hit my. Come on, camera. See if I can get it to work. Yeah, take my mic over here. So I actually bent my 105 crank. Uh, as you could see. But Dirty River was actually able to find me a replacement. I just haven't put it on yet. I have an old 10-speed 105 crank on there right now. But so yeah. And I noticed right away, I'm like, they look slightly different. I'm like, it's fine. It's totally fine. I mean, they're almost the same. It's not going to look any different on the bike. Plus, the way I ride, I rub on here, so I like naturally polish the crank arm on the left side. But yeah, when I was looking, then I noticed. So the group set that I have on the Raleigh is FCR 7000. The one they were able to find is FC 5700. So I think this is one actually generation older. They feel identical. I mean, the weight feels exactly the same. The construction is exactly the same. It just has a slightly different pattern on the brushed metal. So, but yeah, so I think the 105 I'm actually running on the Rally is the latest iteration. If I someone could correct me who knows more than me, but I think 57 or 7000 is the latest, right? Wow, yeah, Disco was saying it jumps from 105 11 speed to Ultegra 12 speed with like a $1,500 difference. That's crazy. And you're not allowed to comment on bike pics because Tim gets mad. Yeah, right. Well, Rusty, the bike packing will pick up because we're planning our trips now too. It's just been winter. You know, you're from Arizona. You guys, well, you're in Cleveland now, but you're from Arizona. Like, uh, you guys chat about bike packing in the winter. We don't. We wait till the summer to talk about that stuff. So, There's newer than. Oh, the newer 105 is newer than 7000 Pudgy. Because I know the latest 105 is supposed to be pretty much identical to the last iteration of Ultegra. So not talking about the 12 speed, but the last iteration of 11 speed. Yeah, my Wahoo's in color. Yeah, it just updated to have that climbing stuff put in there. What time is it? Oh yeah, it's 10:11. I have to take a leak. And I think I'll do one more beer, probably wrap up before 11 tonight, but yeah, let's do one more beer, look at some more photos. And any of the new guys, if you have bike pics, drop them. I'll show them right now. But or if you're having a beer or whatever. Also, you can link anyone who doesn't know, and I know I talked about this a lot at the beginning. You can link your YouTube account to Discord, which, if you're a channel member, it gives you extra rooms and stuff like that. One other thing I'll say before the break about channel memberships is a lot of you guys forgot we have a discount code. So all of you members who ordered like some of the new stickers and stuff like that, only Malk was the only channel member who ordered swag and remembered to use the discount code. But I just threw extra stuff in instead of like trying to figure out how to do it. So if you're a channel member and you ordered stuff, I just threw extra stickers in there. But there is a discount code, and it's in the members chat in the Discord. 20% off anything. And then, yeah, these, like I've said before, these are at cost. So these are $1 shipped if you want them. I really want to piss off some fascists. So anyways, let's do the break. Be right back. Oh, wait, we do have a new member too, who I updated this video for Tuesday. Haven't updated it yet for this one, but I'll look it up while we're on the break. But yeah, so you'll be on next week. So. I would just like to take this moment to thank the channel members whose names you see on the screen right now. Their financial support really does make it possible to continue to grow this channel. We will be back in a moment, so it's time to crack open another tea packet and start letting the F-bombs fly. Thanks, everyone.
I wanna tuna
I miss saying goodbye to Party Size. He jumped out of here, so see you later, bro. I missed. Oh, you guys were talking about bike packing when we went off, doing more trips, eating deviled eggs. Oh, and Gary was talking about the sticker saying it's going right on a cop car. Yeah, that'll be great. Muskrat said this kills e-bikers might be a standard in the future. Yeah, Chris, I need to make a. I only had 3 rows and I ran out of room. You and Matt got pushed into a new whole little thing. I want to redo the whole video like I've been saying forever, but yeah, get a new background, do all the stuff for the live streams over, make new videos for the outro, the intro, the breaks, all that kind of stuff. Just freshen her up a bit. So it's called the taint. They got the taint. Rusty said, I don't know if you guys follow City Nerd on YouTube, but he did a video on the true cost of car ownership. Uh, I don't think I do follow City Nerd. I'll write that down so I can remember to check him out. I was getting a real kick out of uh, not just not just bikes on Twitter today. I don't know if any of you guys are the tweeting type, but he had some pretty funny posts on there today too. More tuna boats. Sleepy albacore. Is this a joke, Rusty, that has a punchline? Do you know why it's called the taint? Let's hear it. Let us have it. uh, right there it is. All right, Rusty. Oh yeah. Speaking of the latest member, it says it right on the screen that I'm. Why don't you guys ever help me out? Team Psychotherapy. So that's awesome, guys. Thanks. I agree 100%, Pudgy. I want to like. I feel like if he said, I feel like if I lived in the city, I wouldn't have a car, but in the sticks, it'd be really tough not to have one. And still around here, doing what I do, it'd be tough to pull off not having a car. I don't drive mine very often, but yeah. And the times I do use it, like when the weather's a little shitty, it's just because I have it. There are times when I would be fine not having it, but yeah. I'd be fine renting a car when I wanted to do a road trip. That cost wouldn't be that bad. I mean, obviously, since the pandemic, it's been a little crazy, but I mean, to base stuff on that, that made everything in the world crazy. So, Pudgy had to sing Tune About to Large Marge in the bathroom once. Gary Pearson, the gold member. Gold member. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, Malk, I saw that. The indoor crit race with the drone, the FPV footage. That was amazing. Yeah. So cool. They did that at I think at Cyclocross Worlds in Bentonville. They shot a little FPV and then the UCI promptly banned FPVs, then kind of brought them back. Weird thing, but for stuff like that, FPV drones are so cool. Like that footage is unlike anything else. Hey, what's up, Those Tacos? Um, how many casquettes do I own? I have a wall over there. I want to film. I keep forgetting. I want to film one of my videos in front of my wall that has all my caps on it. But there's 16 hanging out that wall. There's one on my head, and I know I have a couple up in my bedroom. So about 20, I would say. Uh, how do you buy cat litter without a car? Yeah, Dylan, Rick, you've seen Dylan's cargo bike, and now that you have cargo e-bikes, it's pretty doable. Uh, we do have the issue where I live that I mean it's a problem for cars too, but that we just it's still the Rust Belt is still slightly depressed, and they don't always get like when we had 3 snowstorms this winter. Um, it was hard to get around, and it would have been hard to go grocery shopping on a bicycle for a couple of those days. But you could walk, you could yeah, you can Uber. I don't know. So oh, Rad Race, Rusty. Yeah, that's what it was. The FPV drone footage. So yeah, it's a Red Bull thing. They do it on a go kart track. It's awesome. One of the GCN guys jumped in. Was that Hank last year? And did it, and they put a GoPro on him. It was pretty cool footage. Hey, what's up, Joe G? Hola. And when we were, and Dylan's doing it, but when me and Aaron were in France, we saw like the cargo bike thing. Even the kids, people were taking their kids to schools on bicycles, school on bikes that were kind of like cargo bikes, but they're kind of fitted to have 2 kids sitting in the front, or you know, it works once you get used to it, right? It's there's a way to do everything. So, huh? Dylan just said he rode with a big group last night, and most of them were on Bling fixed gears. Yeah, I didn't real. I mean, I still see that stuff in New York City, like watching Terry B stuff, and yeah, I didn't realize here in Ohio there was still a big scene for that. It seemed like it had its like little moment, and then so they were there for an alley cat race. Cool. Pudgy, yeah, like ordering online, I get that too. Like I always hate putting that on someone else because you're still then if you order online and someone delivers it to you, and if part of your reason for riding your bike is to cut down on the environmental impact, you're defeating the purpose if you're having everyone drive stuff to you. But if that's your reason, I mean, another thing just could be to cut costs and not have the maintenance costs and not be paying people for gasoline and all that. I mean, you still are when someone's delivering, but I get, yeah. See the new bike pics. See what we got. I'll finish the chat and then I'll jump into the newer bike pics that just got posted. William asked what size cap I wear. If it's a walls and they sell them in just small and large, I'll get the small. I think what is this? This is a Swift Camp Out cap. What brand is this one? Oh, this is a Pace. Pace, I think they only make them in one size. So this is a 3 panel, and this is just a one size. As a lot of caps are. Like if I buy, I have every year of EF's caps. Then those are Rafa, and those only come in one size. But I usually go for the small if there's a choice between small and large. So Doze Taco said, "Is Rad the best cycling movie from the '80s? Talk amongst yourselves." I don't know a bunch of '80s cycling. I'm trying to think of the ones. Now, what's the cycling movie with the roadie who's trying to pretend like he's a French guy? Is that might be '70s though? They go swimming at that old quarry. It's a famous cycling movie. Chris says fixies are making a comeback. Fixed gear. I know some people get offended when you say fixie. Track bikes, whatever. It's weird, yeah, because there is like the monster cross. People are riding fixed gears for like that, or trackle cross. Like that's a thing now, and I don't. Maybe it was all was for a while, and I just didn't know about it. And then like the mountain biking fixed gear thing too. So yeah. Musgrave said he could haul 75 pounds of cat litter on his BOB trailer. Fixed. So the whole thing about like fixed around here is just so hilly. Like I have a single speed well, we built it up on the stream last winter. This time, I think I was taking it out for my first rides, and I like it. It's fun, and I have it more upright. But if I know I'm going on a hilly ride around here, that's not what I'm going to pick. So, that's a good point, Pudgy. So if someone's delivering and it's not a bunch of individual trips, but a route, that it could be less impactful. I could believe that. That makes sense. Breaking Away, Rick. Yeah, Breaking Away is the movie I was thinking of. Oh, you're all saying it. What year was that made? Hey, what's up, Emilio? How's it going? Oh, by the way, Rick, you put in the exact, I don't know how high you were, but you put in the exact same order twice in a row, but the money went through, so I sent you both. I mean, it was only, an extra $4, but it seemed like a mistake. But I sent you 8 stickers because you paid for 8 stickers. Oh yeah, he wanted to be Italian, and then the Italians come. But at the end of the movie, the joke is that like he meets a woman and he pretends to be French, right? Yeah, in Breaking Away, by the way. Oh, it's 1979, so close to the '80s. Have any seen Pharmacy Road movie? I haven't seen that. No. There's a Rick malked it. I like turning malk into a verb. That's great, Large. Uh, no, fixed gears make sense. I mean, for like the simplicity and like a lot. I know people use them as winter bikes too. Place like New York City. Yeah, I totally get it. Chicago, uh, Akron, Ohio. Speaking of Large, when I met him, he was riding a fixed with a really tall gear, um, and yeah, he was amazing on it. But again, mostly rides a gravel bike now. So, oh yeah, I used to love. Chris was talking about tucking the feet on the down tube. So I never had a fixed gear, and the my single speed has a flip flop, so it can be fixed. But I when I accidentally when I flatted and actually put it in backwards, I didn't make it more than 20 feet before I spun it back around. But yeah, back when like the fixed thing was blowing up, in YouTube had just come out. Me and my friend Dave used to watch those videos of those guys bombing down the bridges in New York and San Francisco with just the pedals spinning like the cranks just going around like crazy when their feet on the down tube. I just thought it was insane. I still think it's insane. Yeah. Rick said it was a mistake, the price of being Polish. It didn't cost you much, and I threw some stuff in there. So it was I think you ordered $4. You ordered four This Machine Kills Fascist stickers, then instantly ordered four again. I'm like, this is probably a mistake. and I'd already closed the envelope. I opened it back up and put four more and a couple extra things in there. So it's not the price of being Polish; it's the price of being a stoner, by the way. Yeah, there's not a lot of great bike movies. There's, as Gary just said, there's. I went through all the like professional cycling bike movies, which there's a few decent ones if you like pro racing. Most like documentary type stuff. But yeah, when it comes to just like bike movies, what's and this Aaron has this and I still haven't watched it. There's the animated one. What is that? It's the something of Bellevue. It's like mice who ride bikes, right? It's a very famous animated cycling thing. But and then did you guys see that Netflix is going to make a documentary there during this year's Tour de France? We were talking about it a little bit in the Discord, but oh yeah, Rusty, the riding fixed up mountains with pros. There's a few good of those. E.T. was a great movie. I like that one. That's a good joke. Oh, triplets of Belleville. That's right. Yep, Sleepy, you got it. Oh yeah, let's look at the. Speaking of Sleepy, we got his bike up here. What are you working on? Let me get this on the actual screen. Oh, an old giant, huh? Oh, so you're taking like an older giant frame. It looks like you're doing a one by and conversion on it. Oh, is that a single top tube shifter you have going on there? This is an interesting looking. Mighty Ducks. Chris is gonna go with Mighty Ducks as the best hockey movie. Oh, this is a '94 Nutra. Nice. I think the best surfing movie is clearly Point Break. I mean, why would anyone even argue that? Oh, why is this cut off? Let me fix this. Yeah. Got the doggo in there too. Is the doc Malk? You could find that there's a great documentary about Perry Roubaix called Sunday in Hell. There's decent bike documentaries. Like now, if we're talking about documentaries, there's a number of decent ones. But if it comes to just like movie, like a drama, there's not that many, right? Endless Summer, yeah. Endless Summer's almost as good as Point Break, but not quite as good. Yeah. Yep. Everything Keanu is the best. Yeah. Hey Utah, make it two. All right, that's spinning off course very fast. This is Altonius. Oh, is Surly? What do we got here? Oh, Straggler. Oh, I like the supple patch on the. What is that frame bag? It's made of X Pack. Is that a homemade frame bag? That's nice. I dig it, but you got to take these photos DSO, drive side out. You know that. Didn't Elvis make a bike movie? Yeah, Pee Wee. I would. Yeah, Pee Wee's Big Adventure would be a bike movie. I mean, it's you know, I count E.T. and Pee Wee's Big Adventure as bike movies for sure. Uh, yeah, Sunday in Hell. Even if you don't have Netflix, you could. YouTube has it in English and in. I think it's in. It's not in French, right? It's in Flemish, actually. I think, but it's a movie made in Belgium, even though it's about Paris Roubaix. DSO is drive side out. DSO. DSO. Yeah, the one act. You're right. You are right, Dylan. That was like a large Marge like callback on me for not knowing what acronyms stand for. Slaying the Badger. You're right. Those tacos. Slaying the Badger is a great movie. That's based on a book actually. Greg LeMond versus Bernardino. Disco said he forgot to add his racing sticker. What do we got here? Speaking of acronyms, I don't know what that acronym means. Either of them. Man. Wait, we got. Wait, who's. Let me. Emilio's bike here. Oh, vintage Swin. Schwinn. Which one is this? Is this a world. Is that a world sport? Now, those cranks don't look like cranks that'd be on a world sport. Full fendered, front rack, sweepback bars. That's a cruiser right there. Rusty. Oh, just ride along. Joe Rogan approved. Oh, 42069. All right, we got to go back now. All right. Just riding along. Don't give an F 42069. Totally missed it. Yeah. Yeah, Rusty, you're a married man, so. Yeah, Emilio, that's a great, yeah, $3 and 80 cent. That's what gas costs now. Bike. How Disco dropped his. Is this your more serious sticker? Rogan can eat a satchel of Richards. uh, Rick, you're the reason there's no women on here. That was like Rusty's first transgression. You're about 500 deep. Yeah, I haven't seen that oval UCI approved one. I have one bike that has a UCI approved sticker. Do I? Or maybe I just saw it. No, I don't think I do. But where did I see? Where was I looking at that? But yeah, I haven't seen that how they changed it like that. This chat is essentially a Satchel of Richards. Yeah, that's where the joke "Virtual Guys Night Out" came from. It's a real sausage fest. So, and none of us be. What's the 56 stand for, Malk? Pudgy, I think that was a joke, but Rick's right. In real life, he's actually really nice and really nice to everybody. Really fun to hang out with as well. Get him behind a keyboard, though. What are you 1985ing, Muskrat? I saw your comment now, but I can't remember what it was. Oh, Hot Rod is 100% a bike movie. Do you know Pudgy? Is that the bike shop who joined the channel? Is that their YouTube account? I haven't clicked over to check it out. I just noticed it right before we went live. Rusty said in real life he's a huge asshole. Oh, that Schwinn is 1985, is what you said. Gotcha, gotcha, gotcha. Uh, that makes sense. Yeah, that I have. I can't remember if I've shown these on here or not. My my Schwinn Peloton is a respray. Someone sprayed it a pink fading to white, which is pretty cool. But it has no decals on it except for the Columbus one. And I actually found new old stock stickers. These probably won't show up very well, but on eBay it's that same era logo. Let's see if we can get this to focus. I mean, they're decals, so it's not going to show up too well. But see if I can get the light angle. But it's that same era Schwinn logo with the S and the stripes. Nah, it's not going to show up well. But these are actual Schwinn, a sheet of Schwinn Peloton decals. So Beckles, as the British would say. So the Peloton, I think, is their highest end race bike besides the ones that were made in Waterford. So their biggest mass produced Taiwanese bikes. But
Disco Whisk Super Chatted $2. Die Hard is the best Christmas movie, Bicyclist.
cyclist. I love that he actually said cyclist. Reading out these comments. Getting out of hand here now. Oh, put a UCI sticker on your Rivendell. Yeah. Christmas Vacation is the best Christmas movie. Yeah. I don't know. I was born in the Cleveland area, so it's always going to be Christmas Story for me. But what's the safest way to sell an old bike? Do you people test ride them? Uh, I test ride some of the ones I buy, some of the other ones I don't. The Trek I rode it around, the 500, the Peugeot I knew I was going to tear it all apart. I didn't care. Um, when I went to buy the Jaton, the guy had like pumped up those like super dry rotted tubular tires, and I'm like, nah, dude.
Rusty Shackelford super chatted $2. Being set around Christmas doesn't make it a Christmas movie.
You might be right, Rusty. Is Gremlins a Christmas movie? Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I guess I never considered Gremlins a Christmas movie, but I only ever want to watch it around Christmas because I don't like watching Christmas stuff. Anything even I don't know. I think I have to disagree with Rusty. If you put Christmas in it, it becomes a Christmas movie because that's the only time I'll ever want to see it. So that's a good idea, Muskrat. Make them ride it first. Yeah, I like that. I know, Rick. I'm trying to think of what I do as a buyer to help you out. Now I know what microwave dinner feels like. I have always used Craigslist, but I know if you're not on Facebook. Facebook Marketplace people use now. Craigslist is a pain in the ass because you do get a bunch of spam. Don't put your phone, you only. But I buy bikes through Craigslist. That's where I buy them. So that's probably where I would try and sell them, you know. Large said he wouldn't let anyone touch him unless they're wearing the blue glove. Wait, that way, right there. Waffles and Coffee said he's building up a 60s Clive Stewart. It's a brand nobody has ever heard of. I need to consider some decals. Have you searched eBay? Because I've found some pretty niche decals now because people could print them so well. I got I got brand new decals for my Barry Hoban, which granted is probably a little more known than Clive Stewart, but I mean, not extremely, not a huge selling brand of bikes. So definitely check eBay for the decals, as I said, the British say decals. Someone might make them. They make really good vinyl decals now. So
Rusty Shackelford super chatted $5. Best Christmas movies: Home Alone, Santa Claus, Jingle All the Way.
I'm down with Home Alone. I've Home Alone 1 and 2, definitely. Uh, I've never seen Jingle All the Way or Santa Claus, to be honest. Yeah, and then waffles and coffee if you wanted to go a different route, just finding some classy decals that you could put on to like give you something. If you're in the Discord, I'd love to see a picture of that bike you're talking about, though. Oh, a couple more of the decals here. Oh, so you have like the modern looking one. Oh, I like the shiny one, like the holog, holog, holograph like. All right, Dylan. We'll see you later. I will hit you up, Dylan, and let you know about Columbus and getting a ride in a week from this weekend. Best Christmas movie, Debbie Does Donner. I'm, I only saw the first Lord of the Rings, and I absolutely hated it. So I never saw another one of those movies after the first one. Unpopular opinion, I know. I thought it sucked. I didn't read the books either, so I was not already a fan. Altonius in the Discord saying, yes, now two chats to manage simultaneously. That's my struggle over here. When everyone gets on my case about messing all this stuff up. I've got that going. I've got this going. I've got cameras, mics. Yeah. Pudgy. I don't know. I think you're going, but Forrest Gump is not set during Christmas. It takes place over like a decade. So the fact that there's a Christmas scene doesn't make it a Christmas movie. You're taking this to the illogical extreme. Lord of the Rings is a Thanksgiving series. I can hate a movie based on frame rate, Rick. You are absolutely wrong. It looks stupid. I didn't know anything about frame rate at the time I saw it. It looked bad. Um, and I went to see the first Lord of the Rings with a girlfriend I was dating at the time. And the whole movie's about trying to get to a place, and then the movie ends with them on a cliff seeing the place in the distance, and they're like, oh, there it is. It was horrible. It was like, plus it was just nonstop. It's like, now we fight this guy, 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 now we fight this guy. Hey, there's where we need to go. The end. God, that was a awful movie. The other ones might have got better, but the first one sucked. So, and it looked like it was all shot on AstroTurf. Like, I don't know. They had to have a budget to make it look better than that. So, yeah, Forrest Gump takes place over like four. Well, isn't it? Well, I guess yeah. With the flashbacks to when they were kids, it would definitely be like four. Yeah, 4 decades. You're right, Disco. So it doesn't end in the '90s. It ends in the early '80s, right? She gets AIDS. Forrest Gump ends in like '82, doesn't it? It's still 40 years though. I mean, from when he's a kid to or what Vietnam, '60s stuff, '70s stuff, early '80s. That don't quote me on that. I know history better than math, but I'm decent at both. I'm just a little drunk and trying to remember Forrest Gump. Give me a break. God. Some people say a cucumber tastes better pickled. I agree with you, Pudgy. 100%. Monk's going to go listen to his Britney Spears records. I've never seen Bad Santa either. I've never seen that one. Nothing against it, but never seen it. 40 years equals 40 Christmases. Ah, disco. Look at that. 1951 to 1982. So I didn't do good math, but I did name the years pretty closely. That was a Chappelle reference. Thank you, Rusty. Forrest Gump's accent originated from the young Forrest Gump natural voice. Do you know in the books Forrest Gump there's actually a second one that goes through history up until, well, maybe that's where Rusty was thinking 90s. There is a sequel in the book. They never made the movie. All right, on this note, I'm just repeating what Large said. I'm not making a canon there, Pudgy. Uh, yeah, 10:56. We're getting out of here. I'm gonna try and make a video out of last night's ride if I feel like there's enough there. That would come out on Saturday. I'm halfway through the video about getting hit by the car and bike lanes and bike cycling infrastructure in Akron. And that's all I have to say. Shrimp. That's all I have to say about that. Yeah, bedtime. It's bedtime. All right, guys. Let's end this before it even gets more ridiculous, even though that's usually what I like. I'm exhausted. So.
Okay, bye.
All right.
Okay,
Yeah.
this time I'm just kidding.
Fitzwater photo.